It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment breakdowns and commentary. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and just give a quick shout out to Miss Kyra for buying the Southside Nolan album off my website yesterday. Greatly appreciate that. Everybody else that's gone on the iTunes copped it. Everybody that's supported. Matter of fact, I think I want to go pull up who else said they got it real quick before we get into all this, because Yasmin, she said she bought the album off iTunes yesterday. I appreciate it, Yasmin. Shout out to B-Hop. I didn't get to see your super chat before I left the stream yesterday, so I definitely want to give you a big shout out. And last but definitely not least, big shout out to Candace for the Cash App. I think I said your name already, but say it one more time. We're going to get into Lotto, then we're going to get into this great debate on the Kendrick and Drake situation between DJ Akademiks and Joe Budden. Two of the most loud voices in the culture. Not always right, always provocative for the most part, but if all else fails, them niggas loud. All right, so we're going to play Lotto for y'all, then we're going to get into this other shit. All right, let's get it.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Man, I done came up out the bottom. Say, ooh, ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Ooh, ooh, yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet. Hey, ooh, yeah. Man, I done came up out the bottom. Hey, ooh, yeah. Got fresh like I just hit the lotto. Yeah. They say money can't fix all your problems. What? Ooh, yeah. Well, I say throw it in my wallet.
Once again, I want to give y'all a big thank you. Much appreciated. Shout out to everybody that was excited about the little impromptu performance I did for y'all yesterday when I performed Let's Get It and Fallout. Both of those records are from the Southside Nolan Project, so if you enjoyed those two songs, make sure you check them out. They're available on streaming. You can also buy the album directly from me on my website, which means ain't no iTunes or Apple or no outside platforms are getting the cut off of that. That support goes directly to me. Nonetheless, we are putting together that mini concert. Like I said, it's going to be at least a 30-minute show, 40 minutes maybe. I could go an hour. Just depends on how many songs I'm really doing and can get registered, because I had to do a little touch-up. Like, let me make sure I could, you know what I mean? But in the next week or two, I'll be announcing the actual date and format in which we'll be doing that. But I thank y'all greatly for encouraging me and showing love to the music. You know, I try to be more centered around the commentary, but y'all like, man, we want to hear them raps too, goddamn. So I appreciate that. Now let's get into DJ Akademiks and Joe Budden. They did a surprise link up on the Joe Budden podcast. It's a Patreon only episode, which means that there's only a limited amount of footage that has surfaced online so far from that. I'm sure the whole thing will probably leak, but nonetheless, let's see what they had to say. Number one, this video that I have here, it says Joe Budden and DJ Akademiks speak on the current rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. There's a quote here that says Kendrick is good at making moments, not disses. It's a very interesting perspective, I ain't gonna lie, because Control Verse was a moment, a huge moment. Not necessarily a diss, but a challenge, you know what I'm saying, for everybody to step their game up and let everyone know that he's aiming for supremacy over everybody, right? Then you got the Like That verse, which definitely was a moment. It was a diss, but it was a moment more so than anything. Another call out, another challenge, another, okay, hip hop is getting boring, it's getting dead. Let me fucking revive this shit, and y'all just gonna be the casualties of war, right? From there, they say Drake doesn't acknowledge J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar as a big three. I think this perspective or this theory definitely changed after J. Cole bowed out of the big three. Well, I won't say bowed out of the big three, but bowed out of the smoke. And then, of course, not acknowledging Kendrick as a part of the big three is kind of crazy, because y'all wouldn't even be talking about him if that was the case, right? But let's get into these guys sharing their perspective. We'll break it down, see where they're going wrong, see where they maybe, you know, head in the right direction, and kind of go from there, right? It's all about conversation.
Well, like, even the conversation about like Kendrick or anybody else, to me, it's always laughable because people try to move the goalposts. Drake's the only nigga who's been keeping it hip hop. He's been doing it consistently, always here, always present, always answering. And now niggas have heard one verse and they're acting like Drake is like just not built for it no more. So
One thing I don't like about DJ Akademiks is he be thinking he knows so much, and he does be knowing a little something. But to come out your motherfucking pie hole and say Drake is the only one that's been keeping it hip hop. Hip hop? He's been keeping it hip hop over Cole, who's been here just as present, rapping on everything, minimal singing, minimal auto-tune, minimal genre hopping. The fuck you be talking about, bruh? I hate that I had to stop you, but come the fuck on. Some people don't like when I stop the audio and impart my own opinion, but some shit just be needing to have an instant reaction. Cause what are you talking about? I want to give you some credibility on this conversation, but that's how we starting. You're off to a bad start, my G.
it's the only nigga that if you use hip hop, and even at the moment when he did it, the Pusha T thing, he himself is acknowledging, if y'all want to call it loss, it's cool. Because I get it. But I just couldn't do that. But he's been keeping it hip hop.
The reason why they're going to Drake ass is because he set the clock.
What do you mean he said?
I'm telling you. So now, once you jump out there and said, I waited 4 days where y'all at, and now somebody clap at you and you have not, that's what they're doing.
I hate that that's actually...
He did it though.
No, hold on. All right, cool. By the way, I'm sorry for keeping your mic. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a little passionate. Anyway, check this out. The reason why I hate that is because this whole thing with him and Kendrick, there ain't no clock gonna be set on a featured verse. Just like how what he was featured on, it was his song, but him and J. Cole did First Person Shooter. There was nobody who even had the conversation. Matter of fact, people didn't even know it was this at Kendrick. Why the hell is Kendrick dropping a verse on like that, given any time clock? I believe in the time clock. If Kendrick dropped today, Drake got to respond by the end of the week, and he would. But you can't drop a featured. Drake gonna drop 20 features. You do one feature a year, my nigga. That's the thing that people got to start talking to Kendrick. You do one feature a year. You're not doing.
That's hate. That's hate. That's hate.
How's that hate? You tell me.
It'd be a hell of a feature.
Damn, this is what everybody said about Andre 3000. You do one feature, but if that verse is always that verse.
Hell of a feature. I saw you Hennessy'd up.
Yo,
I saw you on a lot of Henny when that record came out. Yes, sir. I saw you look deadpan in the camera and have a heart-to-heart with your GOAT.
Nah, he's the GOAT.
My GOAT, my GOAT gotta come outside. We don't want
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I heard it.
No.
You know what the verse did.
No.
I'm sick of you Drake fans acting like y'all don't know what that verse did.
Hold on. But here's what I'm saying. He has to respond.
To that?
Yes. He doesn't have to respond in how people want him to respond.
I don't care about a clock.
I'm just saying.
You know how he's going to respond? It's like how he responds to everything. Yo, I'm going to do another hit record and I'm going to give you some bars, my nigga. Because, again...
Oh, I love that. What was Drake's last hit record?
I mean, which one?
I'm asking. I don't know.
Last hit record?
I mean, I could go with Jimmy Cooks, but that's all... are we just talking about any hit record?
Yeah, anyone.
Shit, him and Future. Yeah. Him, Future, and Tim's.
No. The one with Sexy Red. The Sexy Red record.
The Sexy. I mean, I'm just saying.
Every record he drops is a hit.
Yeah, he's had hit records.
Every record he drops is a hit. I'm only saying, yo, I believe Drake is ready to go. But I don't think he's going to go all. Clearly, this episode was recorded before dropping Give Me 50. You know what I'm saying? Because they talking like they don't even know that this shit is out. So this was probably... They probably shot this either the day before or the morning of... and the shit hit the Patreon, and it's like, shit, this already outdated because Drake done responded back. That's how fast some of this content shit be moving, man. You fuck around and put your all into a video, put your all into a conversation. Next thing you know, a whole new update, a whole new advancement done came in, and niggas is in your comments like, bro, that's old. You got to talk about the new shit. Where the correction at? Man, you talking about this old shit, man, what's going on? And it's like, bro, what do you think? I got some fucking AI that I can do with YouTube? You think I'm going to do some AI, some editing, some dropping, give you 50 new facts in the same video that was already created?
Oh man, some people be so crazy and they be so passionate about the fact that it's like, oh, I get to call you out on this because you ain't got the updated data. Nigga, I'm already working on the next one. Fuck out of here. But I'm gonna keep running this because I'm interested in seeing their perspective about the two artists, right? Because clearly, if we go off of what Akademiks is saying, he feels like Kendrick is not a valid competitor because he just doesn't drop music as frequently as a Drake. You know, Drake drops at least the album a year, sometimes two. Sometimes he'll give you a pack, an extra deluxe pack. But the thing about it is, y'all wasn't giving Kobe the same lenience. You feel me? When Kobe was shooting 40 shots and dropping 50 on niggas, y'all said, well, he took 40 shots. He's supposed to score, right? But when Drake does it, it's like, oh, this nigga just keeps on coming. He's the greatest, da-da-da-da-da. Not to mention, I'm a Kobe fan. I was co-signing that shit, but niggas was like, nah, he take 40 shots a game. He's supposed to score 50 points. Okay. Right? So it's funny to see how people's perspective changes based on how you like a person, right? Because there's people like Kawhi Leonard who's like super efficient, and I'm using basketball because we always draw parallels between artists and athletes. Kawhi Leonard, he's gonna give you high percentage. He's not gonna take a million shots. He might not even score 50. He might score 29 easy on your fucking head. Might score 35 on your head, but it's gonna be efficient. He's not gonna rush. He's not going to do anything wasted movement. He's not going to do any like impulsive shit. Just a methodical 35, break your ass down, play defense, play solid ball. That's kind of how Kendrick approaches the game. Even Jordan, if you want to put him in that conversation. We never saw Jordan, especially in the latter parts of his career, just dumping shots up for the sake of dumping them. Even if he was down, he wasn't just chucking. He was still breaking down the defense, playing his game, playing within his, you know what I'm saying, playing within his strategy. And if them bitches fall, they fall. If not, hey, whatever. I'm coming back next week or next time I see your ass, and I'm going to score 60 on you just because I can. So it's always interesting to see how people break this thing down. Clearly, if we go off the consistency of quality, Kendrick wins that hands down. Drake has a lot of fluff in his catalog. He has a lot of good shit. Shit that clearly people were willing to badger me about for acknowledging that he has good shit. But I've been telling everybody for the last week, 2 weeks, I listen to Kendrick very consistently. I don't think a week goes by I don't listen to something by Kendrick, period. Whether it be old shit, new shit, all that. So let's get back to what they talking about.
Off of like that, even though, you know, I keep saying Kendrick, to me personally, Kendrick ain't the best at this, he's the best at moments. He creates moments. But if I ask you anytime, yo, how did Control start? Nobody knows. I ask you how Like That starts, nobody knows. I ask you who he dissed or what he said, he said, fuck the big three. Of course, he's good at moments.
What you mean nobody knows how Like That starts? These niggas talking out of their neck. Don't put no coughing out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Hey, let's get it, bro. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better say it's a lot of goofies with a check. What you mean people don't know how it start? He came right off the cuff shooting at niggas. What are you talking about, bruh? Maybe you don't know how that verse start. Maybe you only know big three. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the big three. It's just big me. But like I said, this verse been getting played everywhere. People know how that verse starts. You'd have been better off saying people don't know how the Control verse starts, because you would definitely be valid there.
So we're holding everybody hostage to him creating a moment when Drake is actually, we've seen him engage. Okay, we heard Infrared. All right, nigga, here's Duppy Freestyle. What's popping?
Can I ask you a question? Is that Kendrick's fault that nobody engaged back with him?
Because this is not the first time he shot at him.
Hold on.
Control verse, the
this is the biggest cap ever in history.
Look.
You said, who ain't engaged with Kendrick?
I said
niggas be acting like Kendrick the Boogeyman. Who ain't
They act like it.
No. Nobody acts like it. That's the narrative that fans have adopted. He dropped Control. 4 niggas responded. He responded to none of them.
I'm talking about the niggas that he named first off.
The niggas he named responded. Big Crit responded. Lupe responded. Huh?
Can I?
Meek responded. He never responded back to him.
Shut the fuck up. Tell me about what Big Crit and fucking stop it.
So essentially what you're trying to tell me is that
that's Ice's point.
He called, hold on, okay. So you're telling me he called 30 niggas names, but he really only wanted one to respond. Yeah, Drake ain't respond because Drake said it on he said on the radio station. He said, this nigga is not doing it for real. You said yourself, I also am in good belief, based on information I've known, that Kendrick got a diss song for Drake.
Oh, for sure.
Drop it. If you drop it.
No.
Why? Why would he drop right now?
Because you want to engage.
Stop. No. He's already engaged.
And
how is he engaged?
Stop it.
How? Hold on. How? Tell me how.
He's thrown clear shot at the person that he wants now.
Wait. How? Tell me. Let's do it. How?
On the number one
for
song
all
in the
you
country?
dogs getting buried.
Really that?
Listen.
The hardest part about that whole verse was literally him saying, nigga, fuck the big three. Drake ain't never said nothing about the big three.
Cool.
And he better not.
Because he don't believe it's the big three.
And he better not say nothing about it.
Let me ask you a question.
You better not say nothing about it.
You heard them.
That's completely false. We're gonna debunk that shit right now. Oh man, I didn't even watch this before I got on here, but I have actual footage that confirms Drake has definitely acknowledged a big three. Let's get to the shits, y'all. Let's come on, man. It's DJ Act, you know what I mean? And like I said, sometimes he is on point, but more times than not, you're gonna find a lot of Swiss cheese in whatever the fuck that nigga talking about. Let's go.
A lot of respect from, the other two guys that I'm constantly, up against, which is like Cole and Kendrick.
Three-headed monster.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for those guys because they also continue to, stay true to what we started with, and finding new ways to do it. And I'm excited that the decade's about to turn and we're gonna see who can go that extra stretch, because it is really, I think for all three of us, it is the time to see who can transcend the generations, much like Jay did, or much like Wayne did after the Hot Boys days, going into like Show Me What You Got freestyle when he just completely switched up and was like, so I think a lot of respect.
So there we go. The other two guys, he said they name, Cole and Kendrick. Those the other two. Nigga said three-headed monster. He said, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This was shot, some years ago, right before the 2020, so he was saying the turn of the decade, all that good shit. So even in the midst of them having whatever spats they had, clearly there was only two other names you could put in the conversation with Drake. Drake acknowledged it. Please. Like, it's funny because the last couple days I've been in a position where I've had to defend Drake. I wasn't defending Drake because I'm one of his biggest fans, or I'm one of his fucking stans, or I'm somebody that's like chasing Lovelyti through OVO. But as a fan of hip hop, I keep up with all these motherfuckers, man. Especially the ones at the top of the crop. Like, come on. It only makes sense. But when niggas start come out and contradict themselves to that degree, I won't even say contradict themselves. Akademiks is just putting out talking points that are literally moot. Moot. Yeah, damn.
You heard them shots in that song.
I'll ask all y'all the question. Y'all think Drake think he's in a big three with J. Cole and Kendrick? I would surmise that Drake don't even respect them niggas like that. Let me not say them niggas. I'm talking about Kendrick.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it.
I agree with you.
You're just doing some Drake fans.
I agree with you on that.
I agree with him.
No, you're not.
I agree with you on that.
I agree with
He's never said the big three.
I agree with
That's the most potent part of the bar.
I agree with you.
Part of the dick.
The most important
Yo,
part. It's not the most
fuck
important
the big
part.
three.
It's
The
really not.
only nigga
That's
who
not the
just
most
rapped
important part
about
of the
the
bar.
big three was Cole talking about, yo, we the big three like we started the league.
The most important part of the bar is nigga Prince out.
The only thing that Drake ever
That's
talked
what he
about
was
by the
talking
big
to.
three, he said, nigga, I'm top two, not two. He ain't never said I'm in the, Yo, that's J. Cole trying to feel like he's a middle child holding these niggas up, trying to prop himself up. That nigga Drake has never used, whether it's Kendrick or Cole, to validate himself. He's only referred to himself as the GOAT. Facts. So which part of this bar, other than this, the K9's like Pet Cemetery, cool, but that's a cool jab. That's not no bar. That's the cool jab at Drake.
I just told you the Prince outlived Mike Jack. That's the bar. That's talking to.
He's talking directly to him. I know he's talking to him.
And
but
he's
you're telling me
the two of them
you're
as
telling me
artists.
that Prince outlived Mike Jack is a first of all.
It's a shot because
we run into the J. Cole problem. We run into the J. Cole problem. When J. Cole dissed Kendrick, it wasn't believable. You said half of his shit was trash. It's not. I'll tell you, man, if everybody's talking about just albums, Kendrick probably has the most stellar discography, even if he doesn't drop the most.
100%.
So what you rapped about, Cole, was incorrect.
100%.
That's why you're copping pleas, apologizing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said.
Cool. But that's that big three argument. So now I'm saying, why Kendrick not just going directly at Drake?
He did go directly at Drake. That verse
enough
was
for a
to Drake.
response? You tell me.
If someone pushes you,
You tell me. Because
if someone pushes you, you gotta swing back. It's all you got.
Kendrick has done this several times.
Hey, if I come in here and smack you, you're not gonna say, yo, dog, why you smack all five of them? Why you ain't just smack one of them? It don't matter. He shot at Drake. Whether it was a minimal shot or a huge bazooka, he still shot at him.
I hate what you're saying because y'all are acting like, and I keep telling y'all, Drake, the only nigga out of all these people we talking about that really been keeping it hip hop.
I agree with you.
You know why?
I
you know why
agree
the
with
Weeknd
everything
is
you
singing
said
this
thus far, except
you
for
know
this.
And how does a nigga actually agree with him? How is he keeping it keeping it hip hop? And now we got new leaks out here of Lil Yachty singing Drake shit bar for bar in the studio with a reference track showing he either coached him or wrote this nigga's song, which is a song that I fucking hate anyway. So now we don't even have to go off of the Quentin Miller allegations no more. It's crazy, man. Like, it's one thing to backpedal because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's another thing to backpedal when you're presented with new proof. So unfortunately, I can't play, you know what I mean? Y'all saw one of my video got knocked down temporarily yesterday for playing, UMG owned music. But if you look online, you'll see that there's a Lil Yachty leak out right now of him singing Drake shit, Jumbotron shit or something like that, bar for bar, singing this shit all the way through, rapping it all the way through. And then there's a version, and then there's the one that got put out for the people with Drake just putting his voice on it. So even after the Quentin Miller shit in 2016, 2015, whatever year that was, off your most recent album that just came out last year, we now have new reference tracks of a nigga writing your shit or coaching you through how to deliver your shit all the way through. We got to dock points off your motherfucking score. Your scoreboard comes down, nigga. This ain't the motherfucking Squid Games where the total just only goes up. Your shit got to come down. And I know some people like, damn, we was trying to tell you the nigga had writers yesterday. I understand and I understood that. But when there's new information that's presented, we got to speak on the new information. I had not known about Yachty writing for Drake. That's new information to me. I knew that he was executive producing a nigga album, but executive producer credits in 2023, 2024 are not that valid. Niggas that give LeBron James the executive producer title, a la 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz let LeBron James executive produce his album. What the fuck you think Bron did for that nigga? That was a trash-ass album, number one. All he did was sit in the studio and say, yeah, I like this one, I like that one. They coming back, yeah, hit him with the deluxe. The deluxe was garbage, man. I love 2 Chainz, man. 2 Chainz is from my area, from my hood. We used to live in the same neighborhood when I was in high school. Like, when he was still signed to DTP. I got nothing but love for 2 Chainz. That shit was trash. Okay? So, executive producer shit don't mean a lot. It's about what y'all doing in the studio. And where do we get the proof of what's going on? The shit that came out yesterday about Kendrick Lamar having a ghostwriter that we talked about. Niggas was in the comments angry. All that type shit. Well, CJ Francis came out and he said, no, I did not write N95. I had nothing to do with that project. I also did not have anything to do with that audio surfacing online. Right? Boom, CJ Francis. I had nothing to do with that song, nor do I have anything to do with it being posted online. Right? So, that's that. Somebody else came out and decided to show CJ Francis other credits. However, he did do some work with Lecrae. Shout out to the people that listen to Christian hip hop or, motivation music, as Lecrae might call it. He did do some production and composing for him. Seems to be his biggest credit in the industry. Some people came out and tried to say that he was writing for Roddy Ricch. That also got debunked as well. Roddy Ricch was on this nigga's helmet. Pause, no Diddy. So, unfortunately, it looks like CJ Francis, although he may have some legitimate credits in the industry, it also looks like he's a clout-chasing ass nigga that likes to just upload scratch versions of already made songs and make it seem like he did some shit mumble, which I think is counterintuitive and counterproductive to your goal if you want to write for niggas. But that's that, man. I almost don't even want to go back to this debate with Akademiks and Joe Budden at this point, because I'm highly disappointed in how this conversation transpired. Akademiks is talking a load of horse shit and niggas is kind of being, I don't know, Ish don't even talk, but all of a sudden he's tapping out talking about I agree. How do you agree that Drake is keeping it the most hip hop? You know what I mean? When I defended Drake, I'm like, yo, you can't act like he don't got good music. You can't act like he don't drop hits. You can't act like he can't rap. That don't mean he's keeping it the most hip hop out of the three niggas that's out though. Y'all, you're smoking on dirt talking like that. You know what I mean? We just gonna keep that shit a buck. In other K. Dot and Drake news, unfortunately, 2 new AI disses came out today, had the world shook up temporarily this morning. There was a AI Drake diss that came out where he was allegedly going back at Kendrick, talking about Hi Whitney. Now, on the real Drake record, Push Ups, Dropping Give Me 50, he mentioned Whitney's name. I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. We talked about that yesterday. Trying to put some form of doubt in the air that Kendrick's wife might be cheating with Kendrick's bodyguard, which would be 2 T's, who 2 T's, his name made an appearance in the Like That verse, basically saying, got 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos, it's up. So he don't got no other nigga with him, it's just him and his bodyguard, and we going in. But, yeah, that shit was weak. Next thing you know, we get a Kendrick Lamar verse, which I thought was interesting that the track was only 1.5 minutes to begin with. I'm like, yo, who's leaking these short-ass versions of these songs, these unfulfilled-ass, unfinished works? The vocals on this song sounded a little bit authentic to me. It almost sounded like a demo, like it was something that Kendrick was testing out. But then when it got to the end, when it was like trying to do an interpolation to hit him, I'm talking about some grab your Glocks when you see K. Dot. I was like, I don't think Kendrick would do that. That would be whack. In that verse, he was kind of taking shots at J. Cole more than Drake. Again, this is AI. Whoever came up with this shit is a fucking lame. But he was like, I ain't even had to throw bullets for him to go or some shit. One more to go. This when you don't embrace the spirit of competition or something like that. So it was mostly going at Cole, but then it was like, you don't acknowledge me, ignoring disses, but then you acknowledge me and sneak disses. Then next thing you know, you leaking disses, all this different type of shit. And I was just like, this is a mid pack. Like, it sounded decent, but the beat wasn't hitting, the mix wasn't there, and the punches were just not punching, you know what I mean? So then we got Daylight. Daylight's not exactly in Kendrick's camp, but he works with Ichiban Don again. I think Ichiban Don's production name is Willie B. But they work together very closely, and he's also the one who allegedly produced the real K-Dot diss that's looming in the tuck. People have been allegedly privy to hear this Kendrick Lamar diss that's in real life brewing. I'm about ready for it to come out because in the meantime, we're getting a lot of fluff. We're getting a lot of bullshit. We're getting a lot of ghostwriting allegations that some of them are getting debunked. We're getting fake ass AI disses that sound somewhat authentic but sound very much botched at the same time. It ends up taking steam out of the actual battle. It takes away the excitement because now you got these intermediate ass, weak ass wannabe rap niggas putting out shit, trying to get their bars off, trying to entertain people and go viral for a moment. But then the real people is like, bro, that's not my shit. Get the fuck out of here. It's just like when you on the court playing basketball and it's a heated game and you got niggas that's taking shots on the rim while you coming down half court. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing a full court game and you got niggas that's just putting up shots while y'all niggas is playing and don't know how to get the fuck out the way when you come in to get your layup or you come in to set up the motherfucking transition. It's like, bro, hey, nigga, we on the court. You ain't get picked up, bro. You didn't get picked up. If it ain't no other courts around here, wait your turn. And if you don't get a turn, wait till we leave. When we leave, you can get your shots up, nigga. Fuck that. Or when we go back and pick new niggas, and you ain't getting picked, get your shots up in them 2 minutes where we figuring out who gonna play next, nigga. Fuck out of here. Real talk, though. So at this point, we're stuck with push-ups like that, and it kind of is what it is, man. Hopefully, before the end of the week, we get some sort of advancements. Of course, we do have Rick Ross in the race. We do still have Future. We still have who else caught strays on there? I don't want to hear The Weeknd respond. Metro Boom is definitely not going to respond. You know, he going to make some drums. But Rick Ross is making it entertaining in the meantime. He says that he wants to hear a response from Drake. He says either you going to respond to me or tell the kids that you not. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have no mystery. We don't want to be waiting on something that's never going to appear. Let the people know. Are you going to drop or are you going to keep playing in your Instagram stories? So to be honest, I didn't even think Ross was going to have a valid hand in this battle. Like, he's definitely overperformed so far. And when I say overperformed, it's just the fact that he brought new information to the table. The nose job, the BBL thing was already out there, but he's doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on that shit to keep going at his ass about them abs. He's also alleging somebody's writing for him. We saw Rick Ross come out last night. He was in the club, and what was the song that was playing? Fuck. Sicko Mode. Sicko Mode was playing in the club, and he was like, guess who wrote this? Y'all'll never guess who wrote this. I don't know if he was saying or implying that he helped with that or just the fact that he knows. Because to my knowledge, Sci-Hi the Prince wrote a lot of what Travis Scott put down. But we don't know who wrote what Drake put down. I mean, it was assumed that he was doing his own shit. So this thing is going deep. Pause, no Diddy. It's going to be very interesting to see who jumps out the window next, who actually takes the next legit shot. Everybody is on the clock. But again, when it comes to the Kendrick and Drake scenario, we got number time. I want to hear it. I don't give a fuck if niggas wait till November. I'm going to be right back on this bitch streaming and breaking down the bars. Because We waited a decade for this battle to come to fruition. I don't want nobody backing out. So let's keep this shit going. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. Become an insider. We're just a couple people away, about 50 people away from striking that 11,000. We're getting closer to 15K, which means we're getting closer to 20K, inching by the day. We need all the support we could get over here. We need all the love. Y'all know that I return it back. So stay tuned for more content. I'll be back shortly, but be sure to like and share this video in the meantime, all right? Much love and respect. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for this and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.